Hello, good morning. We're here with Ralph, one of our amazing members, and Ralph is a computer scientist, a programmer, and also a wellness practitioner with Arts of Qigong. And he's here to share with us a little bit about himself. So I prepared a questionnaire that I'm going to go through, and we're going to get to know Ralph a little bit on a deeper level. Ralph, how you doing today?
I would say extraordinary well.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Great to have you here. So tell us a little bit. How did you stumble upon your awesome career, and tell us a little bit, a mini bio about yourself so our members can get to know you.
Oops. How I stumbled on it first. I had to go 30 some odd years ago through time to see many doctors or to find out why I was absolutely drained of power. And I mean, I was nearly incapable of walking. I was not able to drive, that's for sure. I had to be helped because I lived in the third story, the stairs up and down. So I went from one doctor to the other and nobody could help me. And then by chance, I got a name of a regular medical doctor, which was as well a holistic doctor in the city of Frankfurt. And so I went to him. He was in the fifth story. So now I was alone. I had to climb the stairs. It took me nearly an hour to get up there. And only after 15 minutes being with him, and he used a radionics machine, he told me, I know what's wrong with you. So uh, I had the stress of going home because he had to order that whatever he wanted me to have. And return a couple of weeks later, I was actually in the worst state then when he finally got it. And he injected me a single time, didn't tell me anything about it, was something I totally trusted him. I had not a chance. I was close of really passing away. And within 15 minutes, my body heated up extremely. And within half an hour, I felt energy coming back into me. It was amazing to walk down the stairs having already more energy, had to hop in the subway. This was winter time, and it was freezing cold, but I was warm. And then I drove and had to change the train for about an hour and arrived at my home city and walked up the stairs to the main entrance of the train station and felt so good that I walked back home for 2 kilometers. So uh,
Oh,
a single shot helped me survive. And so next day I had to call him up and tell him I'm 50%, 60% back to normal. What did you do? And he told me, Ralph, you had lead poisoning. And I gave you a shot of horse blood serum, and that bonded to the lead in your body and took it out. So you need to have lots of water, you told me this before, and flush it out of your system. It took only 3 days, and I was back to normal and I was well.
mm.
That changed my view to any kind of medical doctor, and I became fascinated with the holistic work. So that's how it started.
Very
Uh,
nice. So who would you say that inspired you into taking this path and getting into the healing world?
His name is Dr. Sherville, who saved my life, that's for sure. And then I started following some of those, specifically it had to do with vitamins and so on, trends, which had been not really popular then, but growing your own vegetables and stuff like this, we did, you know, and really you became more and more aware to your environment, and it helped me in the same time to somehow discern who's good and bad. And when that happened, I changed my diet completely. To give you an idea, when I came to United States, became a citizen and so on, I actually, for 5 years working in corporate, gained weight. I was 208 pounds. I hated myself. Now I'm back down to 168. I feel extremely well. So taking care of yourself is the main thing. Later on, when I met Grandmaster David, I realized that there's more behind it, and he taught me then the ways of feeling and using energies on myself, on others. And so this is more or less the path which brought me into it. I knew of other devices before, so the radionics is one, the Rife machine, the lens, the SKIO. There had been many out there, but what we achieved is totally, totally out of this world.
Amazing, amazing. So now, how are you relating this with your programming skills, and what are you doing with that?
To really become a programmer in the holistic world, meditation is number one. You have to be able to forget everything surrounding you. You have to be aware the past is past and doesn't influence your life. You have to know the energies you're putting into the software. It's very, very complicated. And believe me, we keep this a secret because what you can do in the positive, you can do as well in the negative. And as we know, that without negative, positive cannot exist. Absolutely. So you have to be living with the energies on a daily basis. To come back to a small point, when I get up in the morning, I have a process, or there is a process in Qigong, which is called the Iron Shirt. It's as well used in other martial arts. And I do this automatically. I get out of the bed. It takes me a split seconds to be connected to the energies. And you need to have that. Otherwise, whatever you type into the software, even if it is straight plain code, it won't work for you.
Nice. Yeah. When I was in computer science, and I was in debates, and I always we'll always talk about how there's a spiritual concept of programming, and
Yes.
I'm very glad that we have somebody experienced like you that actually is taking that into effect and creating products with it. So Ralph, who was the first person that believed in you?
Oh, that's a long, long time ago already. But I cannot remember her name, but we got together. She had a tea
Always
shop.
starts with a girl, right?
Yeah, yes. We had she had a tea shop in Constance, Germany, which is next to the border to Austria and Switzerland. And so I helped her build the tea shop. And when we got finished, the energy in this place was amazing. We both didn't know exactly what we did and how we did it, but people got attracted to this place and came and made her really, let's call it wealthy. So the intent, I learned about the intent then, and she became a believer with me. So that's probably the first one in a long line of people I talked to. Um, uh, Going back in time, you lose so many friends through the modern medicine. They get diagnosed and put in the pot of cancer, and that's wrong. There is no cancer. It's an imbalance in your body, and you can heal it. You have to believe you can, and the more you believe, the better it will work. The second is if you have the training to harness the energies, which you can do very simply in doing small mudras, later on they become automatic. That means you don't even think of them and they will happen. You recharge yourself on a daily basis. You can gain an energy level which is incredible
Mm.
with even without knowing what you did. So all this together is what I'm teaching. I'm teaching people how to get their energies, how they can feel their energies, and
Mhm.
just simply rotating their hands, and they will get a tingle between their fingers, and that's the energy I'm talking about.
Very nice. Very nice. Ralph, at what moment did you know that you would be successful in the healing world and what you're doing?
Oh, this definitely was my energetic awakening, um, where for 3 days straight, I received the energies of this world. This means I broke the barrier within myself uh, to receive the energies from the outside and actually communicate with them. And that was the moment, it's now 11 years ago, where I still have the capabilities of using that energy from them to raise the energy level in other people. And I do this remotely. That means somebody can be anywhere in the world and even on the telephone and call me, and I will find out his height from measuring his energy level and checking his chakras, and I will raise his or her energy level then over the phone, and they actually can feel it.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for
So
sharing that.
yeah,
So, Ralph, how do you define success for yourself?
success. Um, Success is if I can show somebody that they are made out of energy and they are an energetic being. That's what I call success.
I love it. I love it. So, what's been your most important skill that you have developed on your path?
Uh, Most important, I would say, to transform energy into software. That's probably the most important, because this way I can actually reach, with the software, I can reach anyone in this world.
Awesome. So what would you say has been your biggest challenge in what you have been doing? Have you had to deal with any challenges, any hardships in
Yeah,
work?
the biggest challenge is really to understand and be ready for, if you do something positive, there's always a negative, always a drawback, and you are never ready to see that drawback. So you can be the best person in the world, somebody or something will try to hinder you on succeeding. But it is the goal, the strive to make it better, to overcome these obstacles. You can actually build a barrier around you to get rid of them. But definitely with holistic world working, you have the biggest success is when you get a feedback that somebody feels better, is healthy again, and thanks you. So anything negative will be negated by this statement alone.
Ralph, tell us a little bit about SRC and what you have done with this software, and what is the purpose of this software?
The purpose of the software is instead of learning all about the mudras and to do them the whole day and balancing yourself, we decided to put all those things into the software, that the software is doing them for you while you go on with your day, your regular life.
Very nice, very nice. And what do you want to learn from a community of peers while we have you here?
Uh, um, any input, anything new, is what we are looking for. We are looking for people with similar experience and with the will to heal. I mean, just think what is happening now in the world, how many people got infected, quote unquote, and there is a tremendous amount of things which we need to do. We have to spread the world, combining our forces to find more people for both of our platforms, or for any platform. So anyone who wants to join and has ideas for us to integrate into software is more than welcome. We want to do things which are out of this world, and we actually started on a new technology, and that is absolutely blowing everybody's mind. So there's a lot of new things to come, and to work together with the light workers. That definitely is a must, because we all have to join our forces to help the poor people in this world.
Absolutely. That was beautifully put. Ralph, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you being here with us and sharing your knowledge and helping the world be a better place for everyone. And hopefully we'll speak to you on different sessions to about different projects that you're working on and the new technology that you guys are developing. It'd be very interesting to us to hear more about you.
Thank you for having me, and for introducing me to the rest of the team. Get in contact with me if you have questions about the software and what it can do for you. And if you don't mind, can I introduce one of our books?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, to learn more about the mudras Grandmaster David is showing, they are all in this book. And there are all the different stands you have to do, this explain picture by picture. You can get it as well as an ebook, and there is a companion book with it, which then gives you the details behind the mudras. Okay,
Very nice.
and you can get them at dojopress.com.
gojupress.com. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And we will look forward to being with you in another session.
You're more than welcome, and thank you for having me again.